All right, so here's some examples of stacked orders and why they're bad for customers and dashers sometimes. They're never bad for DoorDash. But, and also this is to the customers out here, this is how they kind of put us in a jam sometimes. So I just want to show dashers. I mean, dashers know this stuff, but customers, hopefully you guys understand this a little better. So here's a stacked order. Two pickups and one, delivery to the same customer. So that's not bad. Obviously the customer understands most likely they know you're the person that's delivering both those items. So that's not a bad one. But here's the problem, so when DoorDash sends us this, guys, customers, most likely going to take this. In this case, it actually helped me because it was getting me close to home. It was my last delivery of the day. So I did it. But, we can't just, accept one of those orders. There's a way to do it, but, we have to burn like an unassigned and it affects our completion rate. So obviously in this case, one person is going to get their food, later and colder. So that sucks. But DoorDash sends us these, So as a DoorDash driver, most drivers would accept this order. So, and honestly, you're waiting for two orders also. So the food, whoever food was done first, you got to wait for another order. So it gets colder too. So DoorDash really does put us in a bind sometimes with these. And it's kind of rough, but, as a driver, I'm out here driving food to people, so I'm going to take this. A different kind is when we decide. We decide to stack on an order. So I got this $5.50, or, $5.50 for 1.6 miles. Taco Bell, normally not very quick, but, and I'm not close, but, so I'll take that. I took that. But then, when I was there, I believe, they added a $4, if I wanted to take that, which I did. It says additional 0 feet. So that just must mean like the main road that I'm going to is, on the way, but I don't know. Still, someone is going to get their food colder. So, that one's on us, but and here's another one, same type thing. Pretty, not a great order, but I was kind of far away from the hot spot in the zone, so took that. But on the way, then I get a $6 plus, so $6.25 and $6 plus if I pick up from Arby's, and they're actually ready on this, particular delivery, but still, someone is going to get their food a little bit colder. I don't care. Hot bags don't matter. It doesn't matter. Food gets cold. So that would be on us. That's when we have to say, hey, maybe we should unassign at some point in time. But I didn't on this one. That worked out pretty well, actually. We got there on time, and on time on both those, and. So, and another thing, grocery orders. I definitely don't mind accepting additional grocery orders. If you're going to have to do that, maybe shop for the meat and the frozen stuff, ice cream or something later. But I got another order while I was there, and I accepted that. I have to do that. But I don't mind so much because it's not hot food that someone is missing out on. It's just groceries, and make sure and get them there. I'm sure they don't care as much as like, I want a hot hamburger or, tacos. So, anyway, just a quick kind of overview on what dashers go through. DoorDash puts us in a corner sometimes. So it's kind of hard to deal with. So I hope you understand a little more about this as a customer. And I know dashers feel your pain, or you feel my pain too. But anyway, you guys have a good night. Peace out.